Hello, BookTube. I had an appointment outside Hyde Cottage first thing this morning, and when I got back, there was mail waiting for me, so I thought we'd open it together. There are two packages, a normal envelope for a book and a box that looks like it's reused, so it may be from one of you. So we'll do the book package first. Let's see if there's anything of immediate interest. Let's see, what kind of pub sheet now? Oh boy. Okay. All right. This is comparatively rare. This is a slim volume of poetry. This is by Shane McCrae, and it's called "Sometimes I Never Suffered." A pretty finished copy from FSG. Shane McCrae is the author of several books of poetry, including one which won the Anisfield Wolf Book Award for poetry and was a finalist for the National Book Award, the Los Angeles Times Book Prize, and the William Carlos Williams Awards. He teaches at Columbia University and lives in New York City. Okay, so there's really no use reading the jacket copy for contemporary poetry. They're always a stretch. The jacket copy. I don't envy the publicists who have to come up with ways to describe poetry. It's hard enough to do under any circumstance, much less for a reading public that is notoriously chary of buying poetry. But I haven't had a slim volume of poetry in quite some time. So what I'm going to do, since I've heard from quite a few of you that you want me to resume Poetry Tuesday, quite a few of you have said, I've got emails from you. I leave my email on every video. Feel free to email me about anything. Just be patient. I haven't been feeling all that good, and I get bombarded in emails. But quite a few of you have said that you like the way I read poetry. That comes out of the blue for me. I don't think I read it particularly well, but you also, I don't need much arm twisting, because Poetry Tuesdays were enormous fun for me as well. I learned a lot almost every time. So what I will do, we will go through a few of these poems. We'll go through one this coming Tuesday. It's predicted, I think, to be 105 degrees Fahrenheit here in Boston this coming Tuesday, so I'll probably be in a poetry frame of mind. So we'll see what this author is like together. And then we have this box, which has a dog driving a bus. So let's see what we have here. Just always have scissors nearby. Nice. Yeah, this is definitely from one of you. This is, publishers don't pack books like this. What could this be? A nice big book, or perhaps many books? Let's see. Oh, I remember now. One of you emailed me and asked if this was possible. It is possible, yes indeed. Oh my. All right. We have a lot to go through here. Oh, how incredibly generous. Good Lord. This is a box full of Harlequin romances. Just full of Harlequin romances. These are Harlequin historicals, which I just love. Oh, Mysterious Miss Fairchild. Here is, this was before the rebranding. This is her Dark Knight's Redemption. Looks medieval, not Regency. And then we go back to the redesign, the Brooding Earl's Proposition. The Matchmaker and the Duke. Look at these. I haven't read any of these. These Harlequin category romances, the special editions, or normal Harlequin romances, all that sort of, the love-inspired, and the historicals. There are 4 historicals a month. And you go to a retail bookstore for these things, and the Barnes & Noble, the one Barnes & Noble that's left here in Boston, does get new Harlequin category romances every month, but the one category they don't get is historicals. I just don't get them. I was under the impression that Harlequin sent you either all the category romances or none. I didn't know that. It's weird that the one category I want and the one Barnes & Noble I can go to doesn't exist. it led me to almost to think that these didn't exist at all, that Harlequin had stopped doing them. But instead, now I have all of the historicals that I have missed, all in one big box. The Passions of Lord Trevethoe, the Making of Baron Haversmere, The Temptations of Lord Tintagel. I'm noticing a lack of Regency women on these covers. Oh, there we go. Their Marriage of Inconvenience. But we're not done. Oh no, there's plenty more here. Plenty more. Another stack of Harlequin historicals. Incredible. This Bronwyn Scott. I've read a couple of Bronwyn Scotts, and I think I've also heard her praised by maybe Sarah at Steeped in Books. I know that I know this author, but and I've seen a few of them already here. Captivated by her convenient husband. How to Tempt a Duke by Madeline Martin. How wonderful. Contracted as his countess. Probably Sarah at Steeped in Books will have seen more of these than I have, because these didn't show up at my bookstores. And she and Harlequin are, they're besties. Why Harlequin romance? What you watch her, if you watch her channel, then you know she loves to chat, same as I do. Loves to tell you all about her day. And we've heard in videos for months now the ups and downs of the job market and finding a job and whatnot. And you know, I don't want to twist any arms or anything. I don't want to hammer on the obvious. But why Harlequin doesn't hire her, I just have no idea. Why they don't just straight up hire her. She's their #1 fan and the most knowledgeable person on their brand, but one way or another, she probably knows a lot of these more than I do. These have probably showed up. She does a regular Harlequin video where she looks at upcoming Harlequin releases. Reclaimed by Her Rebel Knight. Again, this one looks medieval. Let's see here. The Tempting of the Governess. The Flapper's Fake Fiancé. That could be about me and Deb. That's a long story. Falling for Her Viking Captor. It's not captor, it's captive. He's our captive. And compromised into marriage. And we're still not done. We're still not done. Not by a long shot. We still have lots more to go. Another stack of romances. Now these top two are they're not Harlequin series romances. They're just ordinary romances, ordinary Regencies. The Great Lorraine Heath, the Earl Takes a Fancy. And it's no videos if I don't make my way through this. There's no videos at all. There's no talking to you at all if I don't make my way through this. Yesterday, I sneezed for an hour and 40 minutes straight. Just what you saw there. Once every 35 seconds for an hour and 40 minutes. This is why I'm not talking very loud in this video, because my chest feels like it's been hammered because of that, because muscles pulled off my rib cage. And this next one is also not a Harlequin, just an ordinary Avon romance. This is When He Was Wicked by Julia Quinn, who's also great. So her and Lorraine Heath. But then we go back to these Harlequin historicals. So I have a massive bumper crop of Harlequin historicals. This is great. The Earl's Marriage Bargain. I think I've seen Louise Allen's name come up here. The Highlanders' Dangerous Temptation. I was wondering when the Highlanders were going to make their way into this. Redeeming the Reclusive Earl. Somebody designed these covers with close-up male faces. Her Best Friend, the Duke. Vows to Save Her Reputation by Christine Merrill. And finally, From Cinderella to Countess by Annie Burroughs, who is an author I recognize. I recognize that name. Oh, there's one last one. Oh, one lonely little thing here. Eloisa James, Say Yes to the Duke. This is fairly recent. There's the step back. This is fairly recent. This is a 2020 release. Yeah, June 2020. Great. Okay, well, I can't do a Steve pile for all these. This is just too many. I don't think. Can I? Can I do a Steve pile for all of these? I don't think I can. Just simple physics is against me here, but you get the impression. It's a huge stack of historical romances in a box. Just incredible. That plus a slim volume of poetry, which we will get to on Tuesday. So that's a pretty good whomping pile of mail to come home to. So I'm going to clean myself up and then luxuriate in these. I will read one of these Harlequin historicals every day until this whole cachet is done, because these are so delightful. So delightful. So you know who you are, the incredibly generous person who sent this and included a postcard featuring Minnesota critters. David Murphy on there? No? You know who you are. I cannot thank you enough. This is a princely present. So, and unbeknownst to you, it comes at just the right time. So I'm going to wrap this up for now, but I will be back. Thank you, BookTube.